I'm the best, I'm the best, as you know. And I got it, on my own. Get my way up, get my go, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. I'm the best, as you know. And I got it, on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's cold. For the bank and they know I'm impressive. He wanna talk, but he not on the schedule. I ain't taking no from my boy heavy. I'm the best and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's falling. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call her. Working big and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he lead a know it, Mr. Know I got him running to it. I'ma need the full amount before we talk it that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Run a like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best, as you know. And I got it, on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's cold. I'm the best, as you know. And I got it.
The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New York Giants and the Minnesota Vikings. Greg Joseph now ready to get this one started, and we are underway from Minneapolis. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Jones wants to throw to start things out here. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Again, it's Barkley. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now Jones. They'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Well, that's complete to Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard, 36 yards. And the Giants get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and they're on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking one drive in, didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they like, the whole deal, and it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Cousins on 1st down. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Giants' 32-yard line.
After 1-7-0 on EA Sports.
Giants 7, Vikings nothing.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins delivers the pass to Rager on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Cousins going to bat it forward here on the jet sweep. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Off the play fake, Cousins. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 33. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing, Jones. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
First down, Giants.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. In search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Jones has this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
On the draw, this is Barkley. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The tackle there by Patrick Peterson. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. 5 yards remain on 2nd down. Back to throw. Jones. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Giants. Daniel Bellinger, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Giants have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bullying his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Gano for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Giants 14, Vikings nothing. Graham Gano to kick off for New York.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Hey, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick six to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders, it's not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick six. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
To kick off for New York.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Taken from about the 12. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
A second down throw for Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Cousins now to throw on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cook. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
36-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Cousins. This ball complete to Rager. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now Cousins. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Cousins again. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Cousins. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Cousins. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Joseph connects on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
They're on 17-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with a 21-7 lead already in their hip pocket, probably not a time to get too creative or inventive here. We'll see. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And he is going to lose yardage here. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw, Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
Here's Jones on first down. James has got it, complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A gain of 3, second down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Daniel Bellinger, the intended target that time.
But now it'll be third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Jones to throw on third down. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there.
He was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
Gano's kick is good, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7.
Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10.
Cousins now.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And some room to work. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Vikings.
So that one there, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Pass to Bellinger on the crossing route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise him with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a first down. Gotta love that efficiency.
Quick pass here. He's got Shepard. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out. We've got them now.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Jones now throwing on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings.
That is today's NFL, isn't it? If you're going to be a running back in this league, you've got to be complete to stay on the field, at least for those 3 downs we talk about. Got to be able to catch watch it, which he's doing quite well in this one. 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, a little unconventional. He hasn't been able to cross the goal line as a runner, but as you say, twice as a receiver. Joseph connects on the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Pulls it in at the 13. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This game has really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, well, the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line.
The tackle made by Julian Love. A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 31-yard line.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. On 2nd and 12, Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
And if you're thinking field goal from here, it's 48 yards. I think they'd like to get him a little help now on 3rd down to move it closer. Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. From the right hash, this from 48. Joseph's got it. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. And now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Jones. Flushed out right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
Fielded at about the 28.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt.
And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this.
Cousins to throw.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback.
Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Here's Cousins. Here we go. This to avoid overtime. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime because neither one got an advantage today.
So the Vikings going to get the first chance to possess the football as we are back underway here in overtime.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
All set up for them right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Now an end around as Cousins will just pop this forward.
And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. You never know what you're going to expect when you come to the stadium to call a game.
talking about a great finish, which went along with a game that obviously was dramatic because we did get into overtime. What type of play calls do you have left? What have you not shown, or what have you made an adjustment to what you've worked out all the way through? It's going to give you the play we saw to win the game. But I know everyone's thinking that that was something that they just drew up. It might have been something they've been working on, and now they got the right matchup.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down. Now it's Jones' turn in overtime. He finds his man, complete. It's James. From the 39, Jones. That's caught by Galladay. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones. Well, in overtime, I think Coach is always wondering, where's that magic line for my kicker? They're already in field goal range after that big play.
I'm glad you brought that up, because that magic line can change throughout the game. It's
Touchdown!
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air, because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the broadcast.
You know, I just grabbed a nugget.
Oh, it's intercepted. That'll seal it. Picked off by Chandon Sullivan.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back and get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case here. That's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. Down to the final play. That's where we win in this with a dramatic finish. And I know that the field goal is going to be pretty long, but to not kick the field goal, at least take the chance to win there with 3, what did you think, partner?
You know that in pregame, as he warms up, the kicker gets with the special teams coach, and they figure out a number in both directions, all right? You know, versus win, no win, if it's a possibility, whatever it is. And they give a number to the head coach. This is where I'm good from. Between here and here, maybe that wasn't the